welcome to our weekly vlog. Today, I'm actually a day late, so today is Monday, and we're just starting out the week here at Hylee training. And I've been thinking about over the past week about what makes a rider prepare for the lesson and which riders make the most change in their lesson and what are the habits that they do to get the most out of their lesson. So we're going to talk about that this week. We're going to talk about 3 things that riders do to get the most out of the lesson. So the first thing is going to be here, be on time, be on your horse at the beginning of your lesson. Students have asked me, and I actually generally recommend they come 15 minutes before their lesson to get ready so that they're able to be on and be working at the beginning of their lesson time. As a student, you could ask your coach, is it okay? Can I come 15 minutes early to get ready for my lesson? That will show a little bit of initiative, and it will give you time to be on and not feel rushed about your lesson time. The second thing is actually going to be being focused and being ready to work when you come for your 45 minutes or your hour-long lesson. So knowing that it's kind of like going to the gym. You're going to go, you're going to work, you're going to go home. It's the same thing when you come to your riding lesson. You're going to come, you're going to be ready, you're going to get on, you're going to ride, you are going to work for those 45 minutes, and you're going to cool out and go home. We only get you for a certain amount of hours a week, so we try to get the most out of them. So just being focused and making sure that you're working the hardest that you can in your lesson during that time. The third thing is actually having an open mind about making changes. So how can I say this? Let's say. So I have a lot of kids that really love, or beginners, that really love to hang on to the outside rein through the turn. Oh, that's how they hold their horse on the rail. But when I go to make changes and getting them to straighten their horse, it's a real struggle for them to do that, because that has been the thing that's like their little safety blanket to keep their horse on the rail. But in order to improve and get to the next step, we need to make a change. I used to have a coach that used to talk about you have to do the extreme before you can do something very good. But making that change, and sometimes it is a leap of faith. You know, you think you're doing it right, but no, you're still holding on the outside rein. You're trying to make a change, but you're still holding on the outside rein. So just letting it go and knowing that it's okay to make mistakes in trying to make those changes. That's how you're going to get better. As coaches, we try to put you together almost like building a house of Lego. One piece at a time. We're putting little pieces together to create a good, educated rider. Just one piece. And for a while, we'll let things like holding the outside rein go because we're putting some of the other pieces together. Maybe we're building the wall or putting the foundation in. Whether we're building your leg, you know, making sure all the strength is there, the way you use it is correct, and then we'll worry about what you're doing with your reins. So we're not going to nitpick on 100 things each lesson. We're going to narrow in and focus on a few things to improve. And that's how we build you. Having an open mind. Your coach is not going to give you bad advice, or at least not bad advice he or she thinks she's giving you. They do want to create good riders. It would be silly of us to create crappy riders, because then we're going to go into the real world, into the show world, and we're going to be like, oh, well, all Alicia's riders are really crappy. Well, that doesn't look very good on me. I want to create good, honest, solid riders that, personally, I like them to be able to warm up their own horse, that they've done all that work themselves. Good horse people. So they are a reflection of me. So I want to create that at home. So I'm going to give you the best advice, the most educated advice that I have, so that you can be a good reflection upon me. So this week we've covered coming to your lesson early, getting on, being ready, staying focused, being ready to work in those 45 minutes to an hour. And 3, having an open mind and being open to change, to make changes. That's it for this week's blog. Hope to see you next week.